guys, and welcome back to Don's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be talking about none other than Ninjago. So, I did a video that was basically my thoughts on Ninjago, remembering it when I used to watch it in the past. In today's video, I'm going to be actually reviewing the first season of Ninjago, which means, this is going to have spoilers. If you have not watched Ninjago and you are interested in Ninjago, go and watch my other video. I talk about a couple things in there that could be spoiler-ish, but I didn't really give anything big away in that. But in this, I definitely will. This will be a spoiler review for Ninjago Season 1. What can I say about Ninjago Season 1? One thing I really like about Ninjago is just their storytelling. It's actually their world building, their character building, and storytelling is actually pretty darn interesting. It's pretty darn entertaining. It's a pretty darn entertaining show. Now, granted, is it as high as, say, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Star Wars? No, it's a kid's show, but come on, it's actually a whole lot better than a lot of people give it credit for. I'm not gonna say it was the best thing out there, but it was a pretty darn entertaining show. And I kind of only watched it because, well, there was nothing else on TV to watch, and there was nothing else for me to do. But even so, I was very much entertained by the show. And now I'm watching the show over again. I remember I got up to, I think, I want to say season 6. It might have been season 5. I want to say season 6. I didn't know that they made anything past that. Apparently there's like 12 or 13, 14 seasons to watch. So I'm totally in this for the long haul, and I'll be doing reviews for each season. The 4 main characters, we have Cole, Zane, Jay, and Kai. Now, the story starts out like this. Kai has his sister, and he's working in an old shop, and I'm just rehashing the movie just so you guys know what's up. There is this great evil Lord Garmodon, and he wants the golden weapons. He wants these magical, ancient golden weapons from, of course, the ninja. He tries to catch, of course, Nia, which is Kai's sister. He captures her to basically get Kai to go after the weapons. Kai does, and of course here comes Sensei Wu, who is this ancient, like, Jedi master, Kung Fu master, Spinjitzu master, actually. And to, of course, save Nia, he helps Kai out, and he meets the other ninja. We got Cole, Zane, Jay, and Kai. And these are the 4 main characters for quite a while. By the end of the movie, they go and save Nia's sister and take out Lord Garmodon. And they obviously have their weapons from that. The whole movie is their adventure getting those weapons and taking out Lord Garmodon. That is the first movie. This show takes place pretty much right after that. So we got none other than our ninja. It starts out with them hanging out, playing games, messing around. Turns out they're actually not the best ninja around. They're not training. They're not getting ready for the next fights. They're just playing games, And it's really fun because what they do later on in the season is they have this episode opening, pretty much the exact same opening, but instead of them playing games like Sensei Wu expects them to, they're actually doing what they're told, and they're training for the next fight because they know that there's another fight coming. It's actually really great how they decided to basically progress the characters that way. And you'll find that if you watch the show, especially if you binge watch it like I am, you'll find that there's actually a lot of great story progression. Maybe not as much character progression, but give it time. give it time because the character progression does happen kind of slowly for me. I will be honest, it kind of happens slowly, but when it does happen, it actually makes huge effects on the story going forward. What this show really starts out with is we got Lloyd. We got Lord Garmadon? No, we got Lloyd Garmadon. And it's really funny because now, the show came out before the sequel trilogy, right? But now he's kind of the combination of. I really see him the combination of a Luke Skywalker character and a Kylo Ren, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. So, we got Lloyd Garmadon. He wants to be all big and bad like his daddy, just like Kylo wanted to be big or bad about his grandpa. So, and from where he starts out to where he ends at the end of the season, you really see this character grow. And I'll admit it, Lloyd has become my favorite character out of all of the Ninjago characters. Lloyd is probably my favorite. Mia would probably be my second favorite. But I'm telling you what, when it comes to the character of Lloyd, he's a snot-nosed brat in the beginning. I hated him from day one. He wants to be all big and bad, and basically his version of big and bad, remember, he's like a kid. He wants to steal candy from babies and rule the world. Now, what actually happens is the ninja come in, they kind of thwart his plans. He wants to get back at the ninja, and it's funny because the beginning of the show, even though it was, of course, the ninjas who started the show with the movie and everything, it's really all about Lloyd. Lloyd is the one that really is the entire Ninjago story. The entire Ninjago story is Lloyd's story. Very much like the original Star Wars was Luke Skywalker's story, and then Anakin Skywalker's story after that. So, it's really fun to see this character's progression. It really is. He goes and provokes a ancient being of snake people. Yeah. Not his best idea. And he gets betrayed by one of them. He goes to the next one, opens up their tomb, and they just all come out pretty much eventually. All of the snakes are out. All of the snakes believe he's a big, nothing but a big little jerk. They want nothing to do with him. They think he's just an annoying little kid, stumbling into his own problems. And it's just great that Lloyd starts out that way, because what he turns into later on in the series is just fantastic. So, Lloyd goes around and opens up all of the snake tombs, right? And then we have that to deal with. So the ninja have to fight all of these snakes, and so their thing is they want revenge on Ninjago for locking them up in their tombs, and their big idea, apparently, is to get all of the fang blades and provoke the great devourer. Devourer's venom can turn anything poison. Remember that Lord Garmadon guy? Not Lloyd. I'm talking about his dad, Lord Garmadon, the big evil that they fought from the movie. Yeah, it turns out, and I really like the fact how they just tie in the story back and forth together throughout the series, right? Because that's a sign of great storytelling, when you can tie everything back together. And what's really interesting is that apparently Lord Garmadon wasn't the most evil being ever. He didn't start out that way. He is Wu's brother. Yes, Wu is uncle of Lloyd Garmadon, which, considering that they look, I wonder how old these characters are between Sensei Wu and his brother, because my guess would be they would be in their 30s, and yet they look like they're in their 70s. I don't understand why they decided to do that. And I only say 30s or 40s because Lloyd Garmadon is like, I don't know, I'm gonna say 14? 14? I could be wrong about that. Perhaps he's even younger than that. Maybe he's just like 10 years old. I'm not sure how old Lloyd is in the beginning of Ninjago. So, obviously, they go on these many adventures trying to stop the snakes from getting all of the fang blades and stop the devourer. They obviously don't. The devourer comes out. And what I really like that they did is eventually Wu understands that, you know what, after he befriends his grandson again, and I really like the lesson that they had in the show about how to face your greatest enemy. It's to actually turn them into your best friend. So, Sensei Wu gets Lloyd Garmodon, and Lloyd, you think Lloyd would be the greatest evil and need some great punishment, but he doesn't punish him. He tells him a story about how snakes are bad and that you shouldn't trust snakes, which they all betray him. You know, you'd think he would learn his lesson after the first 2 times, but he opens all 4 snake tombs, unfortunately. But yeah, that's how he starts to become a good guy, because he was shown some compassion from not only the ninja, but more important, his uncle Wu. So I really like that lesson that they did have in there. And Wu understands that, and he decides, you know what, we need help. Once Lloyd is captured, he goes to where Lord Garmodon is trapped. His brother, his evil dark brother, with evil running through his veins, and turns out that he's only evil because he was apparently bit by the devourer, which is interesting. I really like that tie-in that they did there. Well, they bring him back, and now he has 4 hands. Why does he have 4 hands? Because he wants, of course, to get all of the golden weapons. He wants to control all of them, so he has 4 hands to do it. Well, he's back. He's back in town. Why? To save his son. I love that. I love that because he's a very much Darth Vader character. You know, it just reminds me of how much I love Star Wars, because here we have Darth Vader just wanting to save his son, right? This Darth Vader is one of the most evil beings in the galaxy, and he wants to still protect and save his son. I love that. So we really get to see that with, of course, Lloyd and his father, Lord Garmodon. Lord Garmodon is evil. It's running through its veins. He can't stop it, but he can at least save his son. He does care for his son, and I really liked that in the first season. I really liked the idea that it was Lord Garmodon himself that took out the Devourer. And how did he take out the Devourer? They eventually have to trust him with all 4 of the golden weapons. By the way, he steals them all and gets away, so that obviously leads into season 2. But I really liked how they set that up throughout the season. I really liked the story they had. By the way, Scales is probably one of the best characters in the show. I really liked Scales as I want to call him a side villain, but he was a main villain at some point. I really liked Scales. There is this common joke, though. There's this other snake guy that looks like Scales that constantly eats. I think I laughed at maybe 1 or 2 times, but it's one of those reoccurring jokes through the first 2 seasons that I just kind of don't care for. But hey, it's a kid's show. I can't exactly be completely mad at that one little joke. It doesn't ruin the show for me, you know? And there's a lot more I can talk about when it comes to the characters of the snakes. There's a lot more I can talk about when it comes to the other 4 main characters. I mean, we actually got a Nindroid! Zane! Shouts to Nindroid243, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is where he got his name from. I love that storyline where Zane finds out that he's a robot. It's kind of weird that he never really figured that out in the first place, but I guess he does have skin over his body, so. But I did like that. And the one and only thing that I will say is Jay has a crush on Mia. This is a recurring joke throughout the show. And I'm not into it. You know? I don't know what it is. I think Jay might be actually one of my least favorite characters in the show. At least in the first two seasons. I don't know. I can't remember much about the show past season 3. I can't remember much of the show past season 3. Even though I know I've seen season up to at least 5 or 6. I think 6, but it might have been just 5. I think Jay really is at least my least favorite character for now. I kind of don't like Jay a lot of the time. And this constant joke with Jay liking Mia, again, it's one of those constant jokes that it might have gotten a laugh out of me for the first couple of times, and I know why they're pushing it because they want to push a relationship between these two possibly, but I just don't really care for it because it's like I don't care about this. I'd rather get to Lloyd's story, and granted we do, but I'd rather just get get more Lloyd, get more Lord Garmodon, get more of Wu, get more of Kai, than spend half of the episode on Jay's jokes with Mia. Just my thoughts, and I really like Mia. She becomes a samurai in the show. She's really a great character in her own right. She definitely knows how to kick some butt, but she actually does sometimes get into trouble herself and needs some saving. I really like Leah. I really do like Nia. She kind of reminds me, and I know it's kind of a weird comparison. She kind of reminds me of a Padme character, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I really like Padme. Padme is a kick butt character, but sometimes gets into situations where she's in trouble herself and needs some help from her actual husband, Anakin. Again, just the comparisons to Star Wars that this show has is fantastic. Anyway, guys, that is my review for season 1. And I will be talking about season 2 very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out.